we are ready to go back to the general debate concerning the report of the evaluation body under item 10. Committee members, the floor is yours for the general debate. Japan and Palestine.
Thank you very much, Chair.
Azerbaijan, sorry, Japan. Yes, Japan, you have the floor.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Chair. I listened to the debate very carefully and with great interest. And I think, our debate essentially confirmed the immediate need of the reflection. And as I suggested, I'd like to propose that we should take a two-step approach to address the immediate need of the issues impending. And particularly, the evaluation process will be a central part of the immediate discussions in the reflection process. So in the step one, that should be completed by next GA meeting in 2020. We should discuss the immediate issues, including the evaluation, and maybe we can complete comprehensive review by 2022. And that's the first point. And the second point, as I mentioned, evaluation process will be the center. And I'd like to suggest a few points that should be discussed based upon our discussion of this meeting. And one, of course, the length of reference, but besides, two, access to the information by evaluators, particularly the information available on the internet. This is the time of internet, and so we should have a very good formula to ensure that evaluator will have a good access to information, which is normally available to anybody. And three, dialogue. This is very important, of course, and of course, the length of referral period is one of the issues, but I'd like to suggest that upstream is very important. Particularly, I think that, we should give a chance to the nominator to revise the file after the initial discussion with evaluators. And this is actually a process, not only to encourage the revision of the file, but actually to encourage the revision of their programs and policy, so as to strengthen the safeguarding of the element. And this serves the basic purpose of the convention. Fourth, the issue of R2. This should be addressed. And one suggestion is, we should divide the questionnaire in a way easier for nominator to respond. But at the same time, I think there are some fundamental issues that is reflected by so-called inappropriate language. We should come back to the original intention and purpose of those who created the convention. I support it, and we don't need OUV, of course. And this is different from the World Heritage. But at the same time, do we need to reject categorically uniqueness, originality, authenticity, and universality? I have a strong doubt about it with my conscience, intellectual conscience. Why community cherish, love, maintain, and safeguard an element? In many cases, it is because that element is a reflection of their unique identity. So uniqueness will provide the foundation for the community to bear, to cherish, and to safeguard that element. And also, why the element can contribute to the cultural diversity and the creativity of the humanity. In many cases, it's because it's unique, it's original. That's why it can help and promote the diversity of culture and creativity of humanity. And actually, the concept of the very artificial concept of inappropriate language actually makes the process of the preparation of the file very, very difficult for the nominators. So we should lift unnecessary difficulties. Thank you.
Thank you, Japan. We have already exhausted 4.5 minutes. May I now invite Palestine, followed by Azerbaijan, to take the floor. I see Poland also, and Senegal. I doubt we can finish it today, but Palestine, yes.
Well, in that case, Mr. Chair, a huge part of what I wanted to say has been expressed by the distinguished delegate of Japan. And for the rest, I think that the other colleagues will say it. So in that case, I'll skip my turn. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Palestine, for being so comprehensive. Yes, Azerbaijan.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. I'd also try to be brief. Azerbaijan would like to congratulate the evaluation body for its hard work and for the quality of its report. We note that the report has raised a number of important issues and challenges which will potentially guide the committee and the state parties for the years to come. We'll have some concerns regarding the draft decision. Regarding the examination of criterion R3 in the case of representative list, our delegation notes that very often the draft decision referred to safeguarding plan, while criterion R3 requires measures to be described as it stands in the nomination form and the paragraph 2 of the operational guidelines. We believe it's important to keep the distinction between the terms measures and the plan for safeguarding, since the nature of criteria in both lists are different, and would like to propose a draft amendment to the decision of the item 10 in that sense. Finally, our delegation noted that as compared to the previous cycle, this year the report of the evaluation body didn't present options with regard to criteria R5 and U5, and we consider that similar approach could have still been applied in cases of a number of nominations evaluated this year, even if some other criteria within the same files had issues that needed clarification. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Azerbaijan. I had next on my list was Poland.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I try to be briefly. I would like to join myself with all what's been expressed by Japan and focusing on the need of global dialogue, because the most important goal, I suppose, of UNESCO is, first of all, to safeguard intangible heritage, but through promoting it or among the members of the communities, bearers of the intangible heritage, for whom the most important thing is their own cultural identity. But let me concentrate on a certain point. It means R2 criteria that will be used for the 2019 cycle. And thank you once more, Japan, for providing opportunity for global reflection on listing mechanisms. Thus, we would like to flag our will to discuss with all interested stakeholders in the framework of this global reflection the possibility of introducing changes in the nomination form that will simplify the form by keeping the original wording of this criterion. We avail ourselves for further discussions on this issue, knowing that the result of the new revised nomination form will be visible in 2020. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Poland. Unfortunately, we won't be able to hear Senegal, Djibouti, Cuba, and Colombia. And I don't want also to rush and give sufficient time for each committee members to make the point. And I believe that it is an appropriate time for us to suspend our sitting for today. Thank you for each and every one for having participated. Thank you also for the interpreters who have been kind enough to give us some more time. With these few words, I thank you again until we meet tomorrow at 9:30 for this session. And I also remind Bureau members that we are going to meet again tomorrow at 9. Thank you and good evening.